What's up guys, this is Coach Donny from Elevate Yourself, where we change lives through volleyball, training, and inspirational content. Welcome to my Volleyball Coach Reaction to HAIKYUU Season 2, Episode 14. If you're new to this channel, I'm a volleyball coach, volleyball player, and personal trainer who provides volleyball tutorials, jump training workouts, and other cool volleyball videos. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more content. Thanks for clarifying Takeda's role and how he was able to call timeouts during the game. That's a fascinating difference between American volleyball high school coaching and Japanese high school volleyball coaching, because in America, you don't have to teach or even work at the school in order to be hired to coach the high school volleyball team. Whereas I think in Japan, it seems like you have to be a staff member at the school in order to be the official coach for the high school team. Thanks for letting me know about the new intro and outro for episode 14. I would have easily skipped over that if you guys didn't remind me. So I'm looking forward to see what that looks like. One thing that's so awesome about the volleyball community as a whole is it's a very giving and friendly community where people are just excited to share their passion and knowledge for the game. This is definitely not true for other sports. When I used to play a lot of basketball in high school and middle school, people were always too cool to act excited about basketball, and no one really wanted to help each other. That's why I switched over from basketball to volleyball, other than being cut from the basketball team. I just love the volleyball people a lot more, and it just made the whole volleyball experience a lot more fun. I know a lot of you HAIKYUU fans are considering playing volleyball, and let me tell you, it's never too late to start and have fun. This scene also made me uncomfortable because I hate it when guys mistreat women, and this speaks a lot about Hinata's character, that even though he was young and intimidated himself, he didn't let that get in the way of doing the right thing and standing up for Shimizu. And for all the ladies out there, don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and to say no to douchebags like those guys. Thanks for clarifying that the quick set Hinata and Kageyama used in episode 13 was not the freak quick set, but actually their new quick set. So I'm happy that they were able to apply it so quickly on the fly. And it makes me wonder if they will ever go back to the freak quick set, because that was lightning fast. This would be so awesome if HAIKYUU did a little side anime of the history of the Japanese women's national team when they did defeat the Soviet Union. I think the fans would really love it, and that would be so beneficial for the volleyball community as a whole, especially since there wasn't a lot of video of those games back in the day. I also do notice this about Hinata, where his personality is just so much bigger than just one person, and wherever he is, he causes positive change. He either makes the opponents better because they have to adapt to his style of play, or he makes his teammates better because he's always working his butt off and willing to do whatever's best for the team. So that's a great personality to model yourself after. If you've been enjoying my videos, please consider supporting me on Patreon, where you receive exclusive access to my monthly live Q&A sessions, private podcasts, my private blog, behind the scenes footage, and more. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and click that notification bell so you never miss a video. Now, let's get this HAIKYUU party started. You know something I noticed? I know we just started. Once again, I'm blown away at the detail of these illustrators for HAIKYUU. They even illustrated a little AC unit connected to the outside of the house. And I know some parts of Japan get really hot and humid. And then we even got this really soft glare from the sun to communicate that this is like a morning sunrise scene. Great illustration. This is why you want great animators and illustrators to work together. Who is Akiteru? K? Is that too many names to remember. Akiteru and K. Thank goodness. I think they're referring to Tsukki. 2 meters, that's right, the 2 meter man, not the 3 meter man.
まだバレエ始めたばっかりみたいだったし。マジかよ。まあブロックは全然歯が立たなかったけどね。
Tsukki's brother is just as tall as he is. I'm curious what position he plays.
お前負けて当然って思ってるだろ。え、うん。だって2メートルだよ。お前さ、うちのチームの練習混ざってみない？
Oh, he's still playing. That's right. Right, new intro time. Ooh, look at these slow. Oh wow, look at that beautiful slow motion of the hair. Of course, we got the signature crow flying through. Mr. K-pop got the crow flying over him like he's watching him. That's cool symbolism. This is okay. They definitely hired a really good animator for these intro sequences, because this detail is like movie anime level detail. You guys know what I mean. The regular episodes, they have low quality anime, and the movie version, they have super high quality one. Wow, there's like 360 panning of the camera angles. Yeah, they just look so much more fluid in these sequences. Ooh, it's the eagle. Do they usually have this many slow motion scenes in the intro? These are really great. Hinata is finally keeping his eyes open. This reminds me of a lot of those robot animes, like the old school ones, Gundam, Evangelion, where when the machine's flying, the way they're able to animate like a swirling camera is mind-blowing. I remember when I was studying animation illustration, it felt like it was impossible to make something look fluid to where the camera's spinning as the airplane's flying away, or as someone's flying away. The fact that they did multiple of those scenes with a volleyball net, a volleyball, and you have a volleyball player, that's some amazing understanding of perspective. So good job, animators. Still growing. Let's see who's still growing. Hopefully they mean Hinata. He can use an extra inch on his height. I'm assuming they're saying still growing as a team. Man, what the heck is Kageyama doing? He's spying on another team? Aha, there we go. I love this guy. This guy is just hardcore all about volleyball. He's a true competitor, always trying to find an advantage. That's right, he looks more suspicious with the hat and sunglasses in the sun. That's the only way you can hide yourself. Man, I would love to have players like this that take this much initiative. Man, got that Akuma glow. Trying to convince himself. Curious what school they're watching. Maybe they're preparing for Shiratazawa?
全国トップ3のエースなんてまぐれならまだしも。でも誰かが牛若止めなきゃ白鳥沢倒せない。俺たちミドルブロッカーじゃん。もう県トップのこと考えてんの。ずいぶん余裕だね。どっちみち全部倒さなきゃいけないんだから同じだ。
Yeah, that's that belief we always talk about. Tsukki's too much of a realist. I love it. It's like, dude, if you're not gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. The diarrhea pressure point. I wonder if that's a Japanese thing or that's something that everyone knows that I don't know. Ooh. So Tsukki is gonna get some extra training. The fact that Kageyama said he can't. Let's see what he scouted. Can't wait to see what this scouting report looks like. Pretty gaudy. Because his hair, he's got that K-pop hair. Finding the rhythm. So true. This is very, very perceptive of Kageyama to notice. And what's really special about Oikawa is his ability to make his hitters better. Now, if you haven't played volleyball, it might be hard to appreciate what that means. But you can make this analogous to any other sport, like basketball. Throwing a good pass is not just throwing it at a body, but throwing it in their pocket where they can quickly transition into a shot. Okay, so same thing for a set in volleyball. It's not just putting it up to a spot, but it's maximizing your hitter's rhythm. And that's one thing that my college coach always told our setters is you have to find a way to accelerate your hitters. Find a rhythm that they can really max jump in and approach at maximum velocity. Because if they have to slow down or hesitate, it throws off the rhythm and they can't really hit with maximum force and direction. So the fact that Oikawa can do this on a team he's never played with really shows his understanding and feel for the game. So it's not just about the best location or the best height, it's finding everyone's specific rhythm. And that's why I love playing with Dan Yang, who was our former setter for the tall ones. He just found a way to make his hitters look better. And he didn't have the prettiest hands in all honesty, but I loved playing with him because he was such a great volleyball player, even though he didn't always move like a typical one. And his sets were just so easy to hit. Even though the location was different, he just always found you on the court. So Dan Yang, if you're listening out there, good job. Yeah, that's important. That's a cool image. Yeah, even Ushiwaka recognizes that Oikawa knows how to make his team better. Ooh, Hinata's calling Kageyama out. Oh, that's a sarcastic look. Ooh, there you go. Way to turn it around, Kageyama. Okay, now these sneezing scenes are entertaining for me because I get it now. Yeah. Adults have grown into their body, got a little more meat. Deeper voices, as you can hear. I just love the fact that his older brother is still playing, even though he wasn't able to play on the high school team. And he's being a good older brother by bringing his younger brother out to these functions. Maybe that's because you suck. That's funny. I love it. People getting under Tsukki's skin just like he gets under other people's skin. A little taste of his own medicine. Wow. Players, listen up. Ask your coach questions. Oftentimes we just assume that a coach knows exactly what we're trying to learn or what we want to learn. You got to remember that most coaches are a wealth of knowledge. Even if they can't play the game as well as you do because they're older or maybe they don't have as much playing experience. Being a coach, you just watch so many players develop and you watch so many teams and you've seen so much volleyball that if you want to learn something, don't wait for the coach to initiate that teaching process. Ask them questions. Say, how do I do this? What if the team does this? Take advantage of that because that's really your mental homework that you can think about after practice that will make you a lot better. Because the reality is your body can only handle a couple hours of training every day, but it can handle many, many hours of thinking each day. So don't just work on the physical training, work on the mental training of understanding the game and take advantage of your coaches by asking them questions. Can't wait to hear Coach Ukai's response. Man, who is this guy? All the badass characters have shaved heads. It's just funny how strong of a cultural perception that is, relating them to the Yakuza. That was funny. Even some new cutscenes here. Yeah, dog. He's probably the outside hitter. Maybe because he's got a hot temper and he hits really hard. Definitely know these type of players, but it requires a very skilled coach or a skilled captain to rein these type of players in. Talking trash. What these people need is the people to talk back in the same way to show them that they're not afraid. Then you're going to get their buy-in. Not just take what he says. There you go. Yeah, I like K-pop a little better. I think he's got some decent leadership qualities in that regard. I'm just a little confused at where they are now. Another practice scrimmage? Hey! Who the heck thought of that? I love his posture. He's even in like a receiving posture, like humility. Coach Ukai's even blown away at this request. Timing da. working on my Japanese. Timingだ。
小学生だって田中のスパイクを止められる。タイミングさえドンピシャであればな。もちろん手の出し方だとかコースを読むとかも重要だけどな。
Timing is important. Timing and technique.
口では言えるけどお手本になるほどうまくね。個人のセンスとかブロックの司令塔として身近で優れてるのは。
Who's he gonna recommend?
やっぱりネコマの。
Oh, there, yeah, Kuro from Nekoma.
タイミング。相手が打ち下ろしてくる瞬間にブロックはてっぺんに差し掛かる。
Here are my thoughts on how I teach timing, and I'm curious how that might be similar or different than how HAIKYUU is going to teach timing. A lot of times we approach timing as an attack, so we try to jump right at the last second and try to time it perfectly. I actually think timing is not as important as people say, because the reality is you can't always have perfect timing on a block, but some of the best blockers in the world still get tons of blocks without the best timing. In the same way that with hitting, even if you don't have the best timing for your hitting, it doesn't mean you can't get a hard swing or a good kill. Obviously, we want to train for that perfect timing. In my opinion, it's about jumping with general timing and getting in the zone, but it's more importantly where you line up your feet and what you do with your arms. So you have to line up your feet so that you're taking away their most powerful hit. Because the first priority is you want your hitter to be uncomfortable. You don't want them to swing freely as hard as they can in the direction that they're going. So the first step is to take away their hardest hit with your body. Once you get in the way of their powerful approach, then it's about blocking on the way up. You want to seal the net on the way up and leave your hands over as long as you can, and then also leave your hands over as long as you can on the way down. A lot of blockers make the mistake of going up and over, which is a two motion block, and that's where the ball tends to waterfall between the blocker and the net, and you also only get the block the moment you're over. Whereas if you block on the way up, you can actually potentially block the ball for up to 2 seconds, which is a lot longer than just putting your hands over for a split second for perfect timing and then pulling it back. So yes, timing is important, but you don't need absolutely perfect timing to have a good block. You actually need to position your body in the right area and then also push your hands over on the way up to expand the amount of time that you have to actually block the ball. I love it, taunting the underclassman after he blocks him. What is this training function that they're getting multiple schools together again? Oh, another round robin practice scrimmage. Okay. Another mistake, the V block. You gotta keep your hands closer together. Man, we still have not seen Yamaguchi's special jump float that he's been working on. Ooh, lots of mistakes though, I love it. This is what training is for. Tanaka working on his sharp angle, hitting away from his body. Training with the adult team and Tsukki handling the power. Yeah, your fingers will get split from all that blocking and hitting. I love that Tsukki's just getting more serious. Yeah, that's right. Like Ryu from Street Fighter, tightening his gloves. Wow, for jump float had that much velocity to make the wind blow, that's pretty fast. Sometimes if the serve is too fast that you can't actually get your feet behind the ball, once you set the angle and get your platform behind the ball, you actually need to cushion the ball to take away some of the force, otherwise it's going to overpass. So once you set the angle, right at the moment of contact, you're going to pull your platform away, so you're absorbing some of the shock so you don't overpass it. So this is really great technique that the animators are showing with Nishinoya. Ooh, that wobbly jump float. He can pass the hard jump serve, but not the jump float. Yes! Yamaguchi finally got it. Can't wait to see that in game. I'm always rooting for the bench players, man, because I know how it feels. Bench player for 2 years on varsity. Seta. High middle from Hinata, aiming for that high hands. Except not against a short blocker. Hey, is someone talking about Hinata? Why do you sneeze? I just like how Hinata and Kemma are friends. It's a very cute friendship. Man, that's intense. Russian roulette. I like the camaraderie between these two teams. I like Bukuto's reasoning. Bokito. Said his name wrong. Lefto! Wow, now's a chance to work on your timing, according to Coach Ukai. Yeah, right before they swing, you want to finish your block. That was a funny expression. I love it. I wish I could train all day. It's interesting that they listen to Yachi more so than Daichi. Sometimes just hearing it from a different person, you listen a little better, even if you're saying the exact same thing. So this is the spring tournament, I believe. There's just too many tournaments. Ooh, this might mean that Yamaguchi gets his chance to try his float serve. Kageyama's gonna go. Yeah. He never wants to be last against Hinata. They're like insects. That's funny. Ah, the douchebag is here. Ah, the protectors are here. I love it, the protectors. Oh, that's funny. Ooh, first match. They get to beat the douchebags in the first match. I love it. It'd be so awesome if Shimizu has some harsh words for them after they beat them. Oh, we got Mr. No Eyebrows. We got K-pop in his boy band group and Ushiwaka. Man, this is gonna be exciting. We get to see all these teams play, like really good teams play. These are some excellent animations, by the way. They've definitely hired a good one. Oh, this is funny. Hinata and his relationship with the bathroom.
正常のエースの人。
2メートル倒してきたんだって。さすがだ。
はい、いえ。
どっちだよ。
試合になるとこのチビちゃんほんと厄介だから今のうちにどっか埋めちゃ
So many big people running into him.
ひなたしょう
Hinata shoyu.
もういいか岩泉か何このタイミング知るかお前たちには高校最後の大会か検討
Ooh, it's gonna be some.
腹立つ
全国行くんだから最後
I
じゃ
don't think
ねえ
he's
んだ。
talking trash. I think he's being honest.
全国へ行ける代表枠は一つだがやめて言ってんじゃねえのな余計腹立つ
Yeah,
なんだなんだ。
I like Ushiwaka so far. He's a straight shooter.
即発真ん中の誰。あれだ。この前2メートル倒したカラスののチューバー。あいつ正常と白鳥さん売ってんのか。
He's just trying to go to the bathroom. Everyone's making all the stuff up about him. He said it. I love it.
誰だろうと受けて立つ
Yeah, another truthful statement from Ushiwaka. He's just a samurai in training.
おお、どうもさん。
That's right. They became buddies after they beat Date Tech. Another name I don't know if I'm getting right. Just so many names here. I need to have a little chart on my wall.
第一試合は B コート正常 A コート白鳥沢か
Ooh, Tateko versus Shirtozawa.
次は俺たちの
A
番だ
good blocking team versus a big offensive team. That'd be a fun match to watch. Gotta pause it again to appreciate the illustrators for this episode. Look at the rope detail that is attaching the net to the pole. And this is probably the most annoying part about setting up a volleyball net system. You set the net up, you crank the pole to tighten the net, pretty straightforward, and then you attach the antenna. But the part that actually takes the longest is actually securing the ropes or the Velcro from the net to the pole so it keeps the net nice and tight. And why do you need to keep the net tight if you're just hitting and serving over it? It's because when the ball bounces into the net, you want it to be stiff enough so you can still play it, because if the net is too loose, when the ball bounces into the net, it'll just drop to the floor and you don't get longer rallies that way. So this is why I prefer net systems with Velcro to tighten the net versus the string. The fact that they even illustrated all the little bumps of the rope to make it look very rope-like, that's some incredible detail. And we even got the logo of the net company, the little tag right by the net. So there's no detail that gets past these guys.
さあここにいる誰よりも遊ぶべ
Yes. Get to play Joe Zenji, Joe Douchebag.
上手じ
Alright, let's see what this new outro is all about. Ooh, black and white. Kind of looks like a manga comic book. These are really cool images. I'm not a fan of this song though. Sounds like someone's whining. Ooh, some tough moments after they lost to Seijo. This is some really cool animation. This like manga comic book animated still images. It's really hard to do. And then to have all those little dots there. Man, they look pretty badass with this style of animation. And I love how they just highlight the school colors and make everything look black and white to make it more contrasted and more intense, more serious. And of course we got the moving still images, another great strategy for storytelling. And they're highlighting K-pop a lot. That was pretty cool. Here's my immediate reaction to episode 14. I'm really fascinated with Tsukki's development because each episode he seems to be peeling a layer of his personality back. And what's pretty cool is that for the first entire season 1 and almost a third of season 2, Tsukki's been so guarded and just kind of in the background and just getting under people's skin, like I was saying earlier. And recently in season 2, you get to know more of his backstory. He's starting to get more interested in volleyball. He's asking for help, and he's starting to take his training more seriously. And to me, the best part is that he's kind of rebuilt his relationship with his brother. And the benefit of that is that his brother is now taking him under his wing and really trying to develop Tsukki so that he can be the best he can be. And maybe making up for the years where he was like a false idol, acting like he was a starter on the Karasuno team when he wasn't. And I've said this from season 1 that Tsukki actually could be really good because he's a very smart and disciplined player. And the thing about quieter introverted players is that they're always processing the game and always thinking. And when you have someone who's always thinking, they have a much higher chance to get better faster because they're not just blindly playing with athleticism. They're really thoughtful about what they're doing, and that's really the best way to improve quickly. I'm also very impressed with the animation of this episode. And I know some people in the comments have been saying that the animation might not be as good in future seasons like season 4, but I'm just trying to enjoy it while I can. And I hope I can bring greater appreciation for you guys with the extra detail and fluidity that the animators for season 2 are adding. Another thing I love about Hinata is that he can't help to say what's on his mind even when he's shaking in fear. So that one scene in front of the bathroom where he was intimidated by all the other school's aces, and each one was talking a little bit of trash to each other, saying, you know, we're going to be the best team, we're going to win for the qualifier. And then Hinata just had to blurt it out and say, Karasuno's going to win the whole thing. And whether or not they have a good chance to win, once again, the fact that he just believes it wholeheartedly gives him the best chance to be that team that's going to win. Because at the end of the day, you can never achieve what you don't believe. I'm especially excited for the next couple episodes because we finally get to see Shiratazawa play, and I get to see Ushiwaka in action. And more importantly, we get to play Joe Zenji, or Joe Douchebag, which is my new team name for that team. And Karasuno can finally get their vengeance for mistreating Shimizu. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video. Thanks again for reminding me to watch the intro and outro. That outro was really cool, so I'm glad you guys reminded me to watch that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.